Only one of Colorado's 4 Republicans in Congress have suggested any hesitation about the way that Trump and Elon Musk are dismantling government agencies. Congressman Jeff Hurd, who represents Colorado's Western Slope, says that he wants to cut quote-unquote bureaucratic positions in D.C., but he told us he's worried about losing federal jobs in his district.
I am very sympathetic and support the Trump administration's view that we need to make government more efficient and more effective. We just need to make sure we're doing it the right way. And I've been clear that the right way is not cutting the boots on the ground, the people that are actually doing the work to take care of our public lands and deliver the services that we as citizens rely on. So we'll have to see exactly how this plays out in the court system, but it's certainly something that I've expressed concern about in the past.
Hurd's co-sponsored legislation that would allow fired probationary employees to reclaim their seniority if they are rehired by the federal government. His district is likely to particularly feel the impacts of federal cuts, especially when you consider potential layoffs at the Forest Service and Bureau of Land Management on the Western Slope. They manage 6 national forests in the district, along with a bunch of other public lands. Hurd's focus so far in his first term has been changing the way those public lands are managed. This week he introduced the Productive Public Lands Act, which would force a reevaluation of Biden-era restrictions on drilling, economic development, agriculture, and recreational activities on 2.3 million acres of BLM land in Colorado. Now, critics of his idea, like the conservation advocacy group, the Center for Western Priorities, say basically this is Congress micromanaging the lands and that local land management decisions should be left to the local experts, the ecologists and the biologists and the land managers. Hurd says part of this is that he wants more energy production out of those public lands from a state that already has one of the biggest oil and gas footprints in the U.S.
The restrictions that the Biden administration put in place, they threaten jobs, they increase energy prices, and they reduce local revenue to governments. And essentially, they lock up the land in a way that I don't think is consistent with the sort of multiple use mandate that we have in federal law. And so this legislation would simply instruct the Bureau of Land Management to revisit those decisions and implement public policy with respect to our federal lands that makes sense for not just energy, but also for outdoor recreation and for agriculture and for those that appreciate the beauty of our Western landscape.
Some Republicans in Congress and some Trump allies have floated the idea of selling off public lands to help offset the deficit. Hurd told us today that's something he's not likely going to support.